Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Beth's being very patriotic today, aren't you, Beth? Beth, the patriotic goat. She loves Independence Day.
So now we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are here at the shelter.
He's an owner surrender. He's a lab mix. He's 8 months old and he's not neutered, but he's up to date on all his shots.
Here we have 2 little female lab mixes. They're both about 4 months old, most likely litter mates. They were picked up as strays. They will be looking for a good home.
Hello everybody, we have here is a very young kitten. It is kitten season, so if you're looking for a new kitten for your house, please come and check us out. This one's really young. He's right about a month old. He's eating. So if this is a kitten you're interested in, or if there's any other one, just please check us out. We get plenty of them in this time of year, and puppies too.
Okay, here we have a Chihuahua. It's a female. Her name is Peanut. She's probably about 4 years old. She's microchipped, and she's ready to go home.
He's a 2-year-old terrier mix, and he has a skin condition on the back. But he is not neutered. He's up to date on his shots, and he's really sweet. Come on.
Are you in need of tractor work, bush hogging, grading, cleaning, sod installs, and drainage repair? Then you need Bold Springs Landscape Solutions. Bold Springs Landscape Solutions is a licensed, insured, and certified landscape solutions company. Their services include grading and drainage, bush hogging and clearing work, as well as fencing, landscape, and sod installation. Contact Bold Springs Landscape Solutions today. Welcome to the 4th annual 2019 Independence Day 5K 10K from Cumming, Georgia. It was a beautiful day on the 4th of July, and people came from all over to participate in this Independence Day 5K 10K here in Cumming, Georgia.
Yeah, it's my first time.
This is our first 5K walk together. So.
First time.
I run a race almost every weekend, and I picked this one because of its location and its price.
I work for a company that is a DoD contractor, so, lots of veterans and, just kind of supporting who I work for, basically, in that sense, and to run, so... Nothing like a little good exercise at, 8 a.m.
Oh, well, it's just a great day to get the day going. A lot of festivities, but this is just a good way to kick it off, and you don't feel so guilty about doing all the eating and everything later. You know you've done your workout.
right, tell us a little bit how that was.
A little hillier than I expected. It was, the last mile was tough. That was probably the toughest part. Had a really good downhill in the middle, and I used that pretty well. And I wanted to break 17, but I think I was just over. So yeah, it was a good race. I'm gonna come back next year. Yeah.
It was tough. It was hot out there.
Tell us a little bit about the race, about the course.
The course was fairly flat, so that was nice. A little downhill and uphill, but just rolling.
Tell us how that was.
Hard, it's long. It's a pretty hilly course. It's hot, but I enjoyed it. It's really fun.
Good job. Way to go. Nice job. Good job. And that was the race, the one you're talking about.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The run?
Yeah.
It was great. It was pretty easy, I would say. Well, not easy. I'm really tired now, but it was a great race. Absolutely. Thank you.
Another successful run here on Independence Day 2019 in Cumming, Georgia. Sign up for next year and be a part of this patriotic run that's becoming a tradition right here in Forsyth County. So get your run gear ready, and we'll see you next year.
We just enjoy being here on a celebration. There's a fun atmosphere here, and we just had a great time as a family running with the kids in the race.
Welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Today I want to introduce you to our Art MD Healing Art Kits. Probably this is upside down, but this is the box. And inside the box we have a stuffed animal, Play-Doh, crayons, an angel that was painted by our artist. Everyone is different. Some stickers, and then this is an original art journal to us. Two of our artists, Sandy Blanchard and Donna Kaufman, did the illustrations in this, and it's just lovely. It's a combination of an art journal, so it's appropriate really even for up to teenagers, and drawings and coloring pages from our artists. And so this is something that we give to agencies who in turn give them to children in times of trauma, loss, or illness. Piedmont Walton, for example, has taken hundreds of these boxes. We've also given them to the fire department, to DFACS, to give to foster kids. We're about to have a partnership with CASA, and they are going to give them to their children that they've been assigned to work with. Social workers, food kitchens, just all kinds of different agencies that we've given these to, and then they're given to children who are experiencing some tough times. And it's been proven that art, just 45 minutes of art, will lower your stress hormone, cortisol, just 45 minutes. And that's been measured. It's been measured by scientists by taking blood samples from people doing art, which would stress me out, but that's a different topic. But art is a de-stressor. It's just so good. It's so healthy for you. It's great, and the sooner that you can get it into someone's hands, the better. It's been shown with veterans coming back from wars that are suffering from PTSD, the sooner you can get some art into their hands for them to work on, it actually lessens the effects of PTSD. So we're doing this for kids. We've also given them to an Alzheimer's ward for the elderly residents there. And they love the stuffed animals. They love the coloring pages. They love having a little box of their own. So we're doing this all over Walton County. So if you're an agency or you work with children in times of trauma, loss, sickness, please come by. We've got stacks and stacks of these boxes. Volunteers put them together for us. And this has been a partnership between Gratuity Paper Company, us, of course, other businesses have helped support us, Animal Care Hospital at Bowl Springs, SB Paisley, an estate sale company, and then we've gotten a substantial grant from the Walton EMC Roundup. So all of this is free. We give them out to these agencies. So please, if you do work with kids, give us a call or just come by and pick up a stack of these boxes to distribute to your children. Our phone number here is 770-207-8937, or come by and see us. We're open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So please do. And one last thing, and also you can volunteer to help us pack the boxes. We always need the little angel paintings. That's a project you can do at home. Or we have a thing that we do on Thursdays from 11:30 to 2:30, and you can come in and paint. We have all the supplies here. So we always need the angels painted. And so you can volunteer, you can pick up the boxes, you can help us paint the angels, you can help us pack the boxes. Also need help delivering boxes, so if you'd like to help with that, that's another area that we need some help with. And then one last shout out to Home Depot. If you visited our garden, we have our new planter boxes were planted today actually, and they're just beautiful. And that was a service project that our Home Depot here in Monroe did for us. So come by and enjoy the sculpture garden. The UFO is still out there. Come see the space gallery that we've got going on. All here through July 31st. Come see us. Thanks. Bye.
As people, we're just curious about how things work. We want to get closer and more involved to see the inner workings. Welcome to A Look Inside. Join us as we take a closer look at people, places, and things, and what makes them work.
Good morning, can I help you? Here you go, babe. Thank you. It's extremely busy. You have to be able to do 2 or 3 jobs at one time if you're going to work. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day. You can't be one person, one thing at a time type person. You have to be able to multitask.
The probate court handles wills and estates, guardianships of minors and adults too. And we handle the traffic for the county. That keeps us pretty busy, just handling the traffic court. We also do pistol permits, marriage license, even do a few business license for the disabled veterans. We have 5 employees. Chief clerk is Peggy Lasta, and the other deputy clerks, Marsha Wynn, Wendy Kutras, Mia Johnson, and Sandy Williams. And they do a tremendous job as far as volume goes. We do couple thousand pistol permits, and let's see, be about 500 or 600 marriage licenses a year. If y'all will join hands, please. John and Sharika, I require and charge you both that you stand in the presence of God, before whom the secrets of all hearts are disclosed, that having considered the covenant you're about to make, you do now declare your pledge of faith each to the other.
We basically spent our whole childhood together, basically. You know, growing up together and kind of fell in love. It's just been on ever since then. We had a child together.
In token and pledge.
In token and pledge.
Of our constant faith.
Of our constant faith.
And abiding love.
And abiding love.
With this ring.
With this ring.
I thee wed.
I thee will.
Well, we're very excited. He's the first in our family. First of all, we have 5 sons. He's first to get married out of my 5 sons.
I'm very excited that my son is finally trying to make a change in his life, that he want to get married, and he's doing the right thing for his family. And we're very excited.
Before you leave, so that Sharika can change her name.
Okay.
Let me get a certified copy of that.
We're always doing something.
This room is vital records. You have birth, death, marriage, and probate estates. So anybody that passes, anybody that's born, you do wills. We do put our traffic tickets in here too that are disposed. Current ones. The rest of them are in the back.
Doing paperwork for a funeral home that we got over the fax machine, and printing out all their work, so when they come, it'll already be ready so that they can continue to do their job. So we're always doing something.
I learned from my dad, which is what most guys do. You know, going to the drag strip when I was younger and stuff like that, and it just turned into a love or a passion for it. I mean, you always want to do something different than the next guy. You know, something one-off, something fabricated, something that you can't buy in a store, and that's what we do. Our customers are a wider range, every shape, color, age, from 16 to 90. You know, if we do a full build, they come in and it helps to have something to go by, something, you know, a finished product that you like. It might not be exactly what you want, but, you know, at least something to go by. And then in a finished build, you know, you'll have all the little things that you wanted into it, per se. We have here like a 69 C10 that we're working on. You know, we're getting ready to fit the glass to do what's called a flush mount windshield, which is where you don't have a giant rubber seal around it. Gives it more of a new age look. We're also fitting a 59 Impala dash in this truck. It's a full frame, full air ride suspension, 22-inch staggered 4G auto wheels with a LS motor. This is a from the ground up build. Everything will be done on it. You know, this truck right here started off as just a pretty much basic, it's a small V8 crew cab, 05 Silverado. We didn't start this build from the very beginning, so some of the stuff was already done as far as suspension and framework, but we've revamped a lot of it, redone the whole front suspension, redone the steering, tubbed. There's a lot of underwork in this truck, you know, and then all the way out to the paint job, a little bit of shave and mold work in the back. But you know, it was hard to envision this truck at one time because it was flat black primered. It was, I mean, it had its days where it didn't look that great. The future in custom building. That's a hard question to answer because there's fads that come and go, the whole big wheel fad. Thank God it's pretty much out of this area. I think a lot of people are going back to the old school, the rods and the customs, you know, the 50s and 60s oriented stuff. They always say what goes around comes around. I believe that's kind of per se what's going on right now. A lot of people are going old. The old cars bring a little bit more money if somebody's building for a profit. So I'd say the old stuff's going to make a comeback. We've been open since 2001, so a little over 13 years. You know, we've grown a little bit by a little bit every 2 to 3 years, and we don't plan on going anywhere. You know, we plan on riding all these fads out.
Creative artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight.
We began studying piano at age 5, and our mother had started us in ballet, but we were more inclined to like rhythm class and piano, and we really liked that, and we progressed from one teacher to the other all the way through high school.
I think we both were drawn to the piano. Mother never had to say, I want you to practice, because we just loved it, and we enjoyed playing duets because it was sort of an activity we could do together. And we were together a lot, of course.
When we were in high school, our teacher sort of guided us toward the pipe organ. She realized that we were Christian young people, and so she felt that we should investigate the possibility of a church career. We were oriented at that time toward a concert preparation. But when we got into the area of church music, we realized that was really where we wanted to be. We've always really enjoyed music. It's been an important part of our life. And we began playing duets together when we were 5 years old. So that naturally brought us together with our music. I guess that'll do.
I observed that when my son Brent, who has a developmental disability, when he aged out of the school system, opportunities for recreation and socialization just disappeared. So if you have Down syndrome or autism or any other developmental disability, the opportunity to spend a week with friends doing traditional camp activities is just a wonderful experience. Let me tell you some of the big winners at camp. Not only the campers winners, they have a wonderful week of recreation and socialization, and we talk a little bit about the importance of life skills education like nutrition and the importance of exercise. But big winners at camp are the caregivers. Caregivers are often with their camper, who are again adults, 24/7. So a week of respite is everything for a parent and a caregiver. And then other big winners are the volunteers. Volunteers have an opportunity to spend a week with this wonderful population, and every one of the volunteers comes back. And as a matter of fact, they come back and bring a friend the next year.
Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Bring it back. All right, everybody stop. Now bow around in a circle. Big circle. Come on, one nose hips up. Get ready for the dance. All right, back the other way. Back the other way. Come on, big circles. Come on, Adam, move those hips around for me, buddy.
This is my third year back at Camp Blue Skies, and I think that it's one of the most beneficial things that I've ever done. Choosing to do my spring break here with Camp Blue Skies, giving back to these students, it's just an incredible experience. I get way more out of camp, I think, sometimes than they do, because I learned so much from them of how life should be and how great it can be, and just getting that perspective, I think, to take back home is really life-changing.
With me, I feel like I've taken life a little too serious, and these guys here have taught me that taking life serious is not always the way to go. Being more relaxed and having more fun, just smiling when you're embarrassed. Just times like that is where camp has really shown me how true of an inspiration it can be, and I just love helping out. So that's some of my reasons.
Child, thanks you to this year. Ooh, just as a cry someday, yeah, and never gonna take it on the beautiful sun.
Ooh.
Someday a girl they cry.
Yes, man.
That's my man.
Camp Blue Skies!
All right, everybody wave now. 1, 2, 3, wave!
Where do you come alive? A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.
Sitting on over 1,300 acres here in Newton County, the Burt Adams Scout Camp is an experience like no other.
So this is Camp Out 100. This is our 100th anniversary celebration for our Scout Council serving 13 counties in metro Atlanta. So we're out here today with over 3,200 scouts and scouters, just having a great time doing all kinds of traditional scouting activities and some things that you've probably never seen in scouting before.
Once you're here, it's not hard to see why Burt Adams has become a destination for fun, adventure, and training.
Tom Reddington. I'm a professional fisherman, fish the Walmart FLW Tour. Also do a little bit of TV work. I host the Big Bass Battle TV show, and I used to do Belize Outdoors, lots of fun stuff. So I'm the guy that most of my fishing buddies are jealous of. I get to fish for a living, and don't I know that I'm as lucky as they come doing that. So actually, I'm out here for a tournament. I was fishing Clark's Hill in the area. I love the South Carolina, Georgia area fishing. It's absolutely fantastic. All of us pros, one of our favorite places to come to. We fished Lake Hartwell later this week, so I was passing through, and the Boy Scouts contacted them. We're having a huge camp out here, Camp Out 100. So they have a fishing event. I like to talk about fishing. Boy Scouts love fishing, so it was the perfect timing. Stopped by and brought the boat with me as well.
This is a very special weekend because it's one of the very few times that the whole council comes together in this amazing outdoor event. The experiences and the camaraderie of meeting scouts from all over the Atlanta area just make this event and celebrating the 100th year of the Atlanta Council very special. The values that come from the scouting movement, the experiences of outdoors, the learning of leadership and the independence that comes with the scouting program in the development of young youth all across the country, let alone Atlanta, is just invaluable. The leadership is just special.
The Dukes of Hazzard, an American television program that aired from 1979 to 1985 and was filmed in Covington, Georgia. Now, one of the biggest, most recognizable stars from that show is not a person at all, but a car, a 1969 Dodge Charger, the General Lee. So recently, outside the Square Perk, I ran into Peter Coaches, who tells us it's been a lifelong dream to own a General Lee.
Ever since I was little, I grew up when the show was on the air. And always had a fascination with the car, classic cars, and that got me to 1997 when I found the car, and actually it was 96, and bought the car. Came from Walton, Massachusetts, and ever since then I followed the cast members up and down the East Coast. Been as far south as Covington, Georgia here, and as far north as St. John, Canada. The car was used in 1997 for a TV commercial for the show, shot at Shadow Studios in New York City, and the car is signed in the trunk, under the trunk lid, by pretty much every living cast member, stuntmen and the stunt doubles, and it's basically, I have a lot of fun with it. I go to a lot of car shows, and I don't baby the car one bit. I drive it like it's meant to be driven. I go in and out the windows, and I hit the back dirt roads, and as you can probably see, the car is filthy, and I don't baby it.
Are you in need of tractor work, bush hogging, grading, cleaning, sod installs, and drainage repair? Then you need Bold Springs Landscape Solutions. Bold Springs Landscape Solutions is a licensed, insured, and certified landscape solutions company. Their services include grading and drainage, bush hogging and clearing work, as well as fencing, landscape, and sod installation. Contact Bold Springs Landscape Solutions today. As soon as you walk through the gates, you know you're in a magical land. The Georgia Renaissance Festival is a Renaissance fair. The time period for this festival is set in the 16th century during the reign of King Henry VIII. The festival is located near Fairburn, Georgia, and has been an annual event since 1985.
Georgia Renaissance Festival has become a tradition for many families in this area. It's been here 31 years. It is a different kind of theme park. You can't find this kind of entertainment anywhere. We have games and rides like you find at a more modern theme park, but they're people-powered rides, and kids love them. Kids of all ages love them. Food is another major attraction. This is where you find those 1.5 pound smoked turkey legs, and you can't find that anywhere else. It's just a full day of entertainment for the whole family. There's something for all ages here. It's an arts and craft fair as well. We have 130 craft shops here in the little village. Some of them are demonstrating their craft of glass blowing, jewelry making, leather working. There's something for everybody. I keep saying that, but it's true. There is something for everyone here.
Everyone else, eyes on me. Keep blowing, Caitlin. If it slows down, it's called friction. We'll learn about gravity in a minute. If this works, you'll never have to work a real job again.
Wow, all right, Georgia, welcome back. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Dead Bob. Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob. Yeah, this idiot right here is my dummy Sludge.
We're making it kind of like our annual family trip coming out to the Renaissance Festival.
This is our second year.
Yep, it's our second
only
year.
our second year here.
So easy, any child can do it. Put some colour in your cheeks, some blue, some purple. Really sets off his eyes by f***ing them out so everyone can see them up close.
Welcome to Focus. This segment is an opportunity for us to focus on what matters with people, places, and things. I'm your photographer, Darrell Leverage. If you've ever been to Athens, Georgia, chances are you've been to the Junkman's Daughter's Brother, a store that has been a staple in Athens for more than 30 years. Recently, I had the opportunity to sit down with Mark Gavrin to talk about the store, the history, and how it all came about.
We opened, it'll be 30 years ago next month. I've got a geology degree and was working in the oil business in Wyoming. And oil prices crashed in 1985 and I needed a job. My sister had already opened the Junkman's Daughter in Atlanta. She'd been open about 4.5 years. Seemed to be doing reasonably well, so we came up and looked around Athens to see, you know, what the competition was like, who was targeting the college students. And there wasn't really anybody that was, you know, trying to market directly to the college kids, so we decided to open. We don't know anything about anything controversial. Everything we have is perfectly normal. Oh, we try and keep things entertaining. You know, we've always just tried to keep the store and the merchandise entertaining. Luckily, the biggest gift show in the country is in Atlanta. The last time I counted, when they're all set up with all the temporary exhibits and all, there's 39 floors of merchandise in 3 connected buildings in downtown Atlanta. And we used to walk every bit of it and look at everything, because you would find wonderful things in floors that you wouldn't normally think would have anything for you. You know, furniture floors we would find. small items that would fit in here. Now, we don't look at everything anymore, but it still takes me 5 to 6 full days of shopping just to see enough stuff to pick out for here. Yeah, we get a few celebrities. Of course, lots of musicians over the years. Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love were in town the night after they played Atlanta. That was 3 locations ago, so that was in the early 90s. Yeah, lots of musicians over the years. Well, my last location was 5 times the size of this, and when I moved in there, I had it tied up for 20 years. And when we ran out of leasing options there, the rent was going to double, and it had gotten to be a lot to deal with. We had 15,000 square feet of space, and I was going to retire and just do a temporary store for Christmas time, and found this wonderful location, which is the old Greyhound bus station. And the response from everybody was so wonderful, and everybody loves that we have free parking now. And so I decided to stay for a couple of years at least. My son is just a junior in high school, so it's not like I can just pack up and travel all I want. We seem to be the go-to place for gifts in Athens. We have gifts that people will remember and are not. Most of our gift items you can't just find anywhere else. Our gifts you will not find at Target or Walmart and not even at most other gift stores. We've always tried to be unique. This is definitely the last location I'll ever be in. I'm not gonna close and move again. But we do love it here. It's a great space.
A staple in the city of Social Circle closed its doors after 95 years of service to Social Circle and the surrounding communities. Known as the Wiley's General Store, they sold items ranging from grocery items to overalls. We recently sat down with Fred Wiley as he shared some of his memories from all those years of being in business.
Well, when my father started, he was with his brother, Barry Wiley. Back to begin with, we had suits of clothes and men's hats, because we had men's hats later, but the suits of clothes just about gave out when, as far back as I can remember. Didn't sell many suits of clothes after I can remember. Around 1935, we were selling John Deere tractors out of the store, and wagons and combines and so forth like that. Did that for maybe 5 years. She got a pair of shoes up there. I figured today it would be over $100. It's $3 and a half. And that pair I just found since we've been going out of business, since we cut our prices. Somebody saw a pair up on the shelf, and I want to look at those boxes, and I hadn't looked at them in years. And pulled it down. It was a very nice ladies' shoe that looked good enough to wear today, and it was good, fancy shoe that I figured would be over $100 today. It's $350. I just found the ledger book just a few weeks ago, and it'd been in the safe all this time, but I never had looked at it. I decided I'd pull it out and see what it was, and it was the original ledger book that my father started the business with. Well, those 23 accounts were paid at the end of the year. I noticed he had a tape added up that Daddy owed him $3,000. at the end of the year, which is a good bit of money back then. Our best year since my father died was in 87, and we've been going down every year since 87. But the last 5 years, it's been dropping like a rock.
What do you think the problem there was? Do you place blame on some of the big box stores?
Oh yes, when Freshway opened up, it really took the business away. And when all the stores downtown closed up, that didn't help either. Everything else is gone just about. The only thing downtown that I think is really doing much is Ace Hardware.
Tell us about what made you decide to finally retire after all these years.
Well, we quit doing any business, and I'm 90 years old. That's time to quit.
Goats, goats, and more goats. It's all about the goats at Double Durango Farm in Loganville, Georgia.
This is Double Durango Farm in Loganville, Georgia. We started about 15 years ago with our goats, and we've been here 20 years. It just started really as a hobby, just for fun.
Double Durango Farm offers a variety of goat fun, including farm tours, photo shoots, custom stands, and goat yoga. That's right, goat yoga. If you're looking for a relaxing, unique meditation, what better way than with a herd of goats?
Goat yoga offers an opportunity for anybody to come and try it, and they don't have to worry about if they're doing the postures correctly or if they're really just enjoying doing something active with the goats and just sharing that moment, I think.
I found the goat yoga through Facebook, and I had some friends that were coming out and I wanted to try something different, so we found that it was here in Loganville and signed up.
So if you're looking for something to do with the family this weekend, look up Double Durango Farms in Loganville, Georgia.
Hello, my name is Julia Wellborn, and I've been playing instruments since I was 8 years old. So I started playing piano. My desire for that came from going to church. I was always intrigued by the worship leaders at the church, and the church music just heavily influenced my desire to start playing instruments.
There's nothing worth more that will ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're a living hope.
So around the age of 8, I started playing the piano, and I got the desire to do that from church, and also my brother and my dad, they both play the guitar, and I just really wanted to get involved with music. Ever since then, my life has been really awesome. It's just a way for me to express myself, and it's also helped me become a better person. It gives me something to do with my time and allows me to express myself in a very special kind of way that nothing else would allow me to do.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what I long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence. in your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what earth's long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you're welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome.
In the future, I want to be recording more, and I want to travel. Eventually, I want to travel all over the world and sing and do what all these other famous artists do, like traveling to Europe or the other side of the world to share my music with people and get to know other people and just love life and sing and play the guitar like I've always been doing.
Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Holy Spirit, you're welcome here. Come flood this place, fill the atmosphere. Your presence,
And these are the Monroe fireworks.
The Townhouse Cafe is a long and continuing tradition for Covington and Newton County. Residents and visitors from nearby communities visit the Townhouse Cafe on a weekly basis, not just for the food, but for the friendly smiles and the service that comes along with it.
Went to school with these guys, run the place, and so just great food. You know, I got a cheeseburger, and it was like the best cheeseburger I'd had in a long time. So.
Best cheeseburgers ever.
The Townhouse Cafe was established by Mrs. Ossie Lee R. Stone Ham back in 1964. James Ham has always been a part of the Townhouse Cafe and is the son of Ossie Ham.
And this is my mother's passion. She loved this place when she got it. We was three doors down, and then we moved up here. Mr. Haymo had this building, and he said he was going out of business, retired, and he said, why not buy this building and move here? And my mother, when she purchased this building, it was a passion for her. And this is how it began. It begins our passion for my mother and father. And then when she passed away, it come to be my passion.
Working closely next to his father is third-generation restaurant manager Cedric Ham, who learned all about the restaurant business from his father.
When we were like 13 or 14, we started working here during the summers. So every summer and then some Saturdays during the school year, we would work here, help him out, take orders, you know, clean the floor, clean the dishes, things like that. And as it progressed, we became more and more involved in it, to where he'd show us how to run a business, how to take care of stuff, repair stuff. So that, and that's the whole thing with running a business, is that a lot of stuff you have to do yourself. So we learned that. So that's where a lot of it started from.
In the 50 years I've been here, my brothers and sisters, my nieces, my brothers, wives have worked here, my wife have worked here. It was a family put together. Without my family, we couldn't have been 50 years here.